Hello, my name is Mike Pfaff, and this is my YouTube channel, Living in the Illusion. Now on our board here, we have our subject for this discussion. And let me read it off my little paper, because I don't have room to put everything up there. And here's what it says. Amazing truth. Oh, we're going to hear some truth. When you look, you'll see it. Don't look, and it's gone. When you look, you'll see it. When you don't look, it's not there. Well, okay, so this is what we're going to talk about. And I covered up the model, so let me uncover it a little bit at a time. And this is the first part of the model. Oh my goodness, it looks exactly like our last video. And I'll reference that up there because it is. But we're going to change it right now. And before we start, we're having a little Earl Grey tea today to kind of soothe the throat and help us along. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take this off. Right here, this part. Now what is this part? What is outside of your sensory input. So we're going to take this off. Right here. And recognize that we have 5 senses, not just an eyeball. We have other senses. So this is representing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of our senses. The eyeball being only one of them. And all of them take in different parts of this outside energy system of everything. Now, I want you to get the idea that this system here is a quantum system. So what we're talking about is quantum information in the form of quantum fields. Now, your eyes, your 5 senses in your eyes, pick up differences within this field. They do not pick up sameness. Now let me see if I can give you an example of what I'm talking about. I used to do a lot of camping. And you go around camping and you set up your camp and you say, well, I have to relieve myself. And to do that, you need to have, if you're camping, usually a pit toilet. Now, if you've ever used a pit toilet, you know that when you enter a pit toilet, your nose, one of your senses, picks up information, and through our last model, you'll find that you're interpreting that information as, oh, this is terrible, can't stand this smell. But you have to relieve yourself. So you bite the bullet and sit down, and in about 2 minutes, you don't smell anything. There's no discomfort. There's no difference because your sense doesn't sense the sameness which you are in. And then you walk outside, and then there's a difference. And you say, oh, what a relief. But while you were inside of that little building, you became accustomed to it. And that's exactly what all the senses do. So this is what I want you to understand. In here, let this represent a quantum field. Okay, it goes on, it's infinite. And then, now this is a hard part to draw, so you'll have to forgive me. There is another field interfacing it, coming into it, and out of it at the other side. Now, between these two fields, there is an interface as it comes out through the field. And so this is different. This information is different than the rest of the field here, and that'd be field, call it number 1. Oh, I said number 1. Number 1, looks like I need another marker here. So let's take this one. Here's a good one. Okay, so this field is number 1, and this field number 2. And between them, as they interact, is a difference. It is this difference that the senses pick up. Now, what do they do with this information? It's different. I got to get you to recognize sameness, the senses don't pay any attention to it. But differences, oh my God, we got some differences here. That's interesting information. And you absorb the information with your senses, whatever one is applicable to this type of data. And then, of course, over here, it's just raw data. Now let's take a look at that through A Course in Miracles. So we have this raw data. And here's the first lesson in A Course in Miracles. First lesson, and here's what it says. Nothing I see in this room means anything. Now, if you go to read that, and there's in the description, you'll be able to find it. It says, lesson 1, nothing I see in this room, on this street, from this window, in this place, means anything. Not until there's a difference. But right now, it means raw data. And so we're picking up raw data through this system. You got the optic nerve. If you're smelling, you got the olfactory system. If you're touching, you have a nervous system of soft and hard and smooth and rough and all of that. Your tongue, you got a chemical reaction, which results, all of these inputs result in electrochemical reactions, electromagnetic and chemical reactions. Now, the next part of the model. Your lens of perception. So you're taking in this Now, it's just not the optic nerve. I got to take that out. It's raw data. It's differences. It's not everything. It's not the sameness. It's raw data that stimulates your energy system, your internal energy system, or your input data. So it's not just the eyeball either. It's everything. So we got to take that out too. So this is where we're at right now. This is our model. This is our model for you look at it and you'll see it. So you don't look at it and it's gone. So right now you're looking at it. What is it? Well, it's raw data. What did the Course in Miracles say? I see nothing. There's nothing to see because it's just raw data. It means nothing. Now, you put it through this, your filter of lens of perception. And while you do that, inside, as we said before in the last video, you have your programming and your belief system, your life experiences, all of that acts as a filter unique to you of this raw data. And you manipulate it in such a way that after the filter, the output data only meets your beliefs. So you are filtering for what you know to be true for you. It's not everything that's here. You'll never see, you'll never experience everything that is here. You can only experience what fits your belief system. And this is what it is. So now, on the other side, we have to, again, look at the second lesson in A Course in Miracles. And here's what that lesson says. Lesson 2. I have given everything I see in this room all the meaning it has for me. Now, if you go to it, and the references in the description, it will say, I have given everything I see in this room, on this street, from this window, in this place, all the meaning it has for me. Who's putting the meaning on it? You. How are you doing that? Through your programming. Now, I had another question. A guy says, well, Mike, how can we have, I'm talking to my friend, and we're both seeing the same thing, and you said nobody sees the same thing. I said, yeah, that's right. And how does that happen? Well, he is seeing through his belief system, and you are seeing through yours. Now, you'll be able to communicate, talk about your world and things around you if you have your programming and your belief system comparable. They'll never be the same because your belief system is based upon your unique life experiences. And nobody has your experiences of life except you. So no one can have a lens of perception, a filtering system of this raw data the same way you do. So the output information over here is not going to be the same as your friend. And you will interpret it different, but talk the same language, the same religious background, the same culture, the same country, the same language, a lot of things the same, and you will say, oh, we are seeing the same thing. Impossible. You never see the same thing. Again, you have a different lifestyle, you have different experiences than he does. Even conjoined twins do not have the same belief system or experiences. So everyone creates their own world. And some of those worlds overlap in very profound ways. Other ones are completely different. If the person you're talking to comes from, maybe he's an alien, or he comes from the Amazon or the outback in Australia or some other unusual place for you, speaks a different language, has a different cultural background, has different religious beliefs. It's going to be harder to talk to him. You're going to say, oh my God, we're looking at the same thing, how come you're not seeing it? Your lens of perception. He has a different one. So that's the way that goes. Now your output data, you are over here, as our other model said, there is the meaning. And the meaning is around quantum information. This is quantum. The output is quantum because the input is quantum. It is this difference within the quantum fields, the interacting quantum fields. So the output is quantum. And the classical physics, classical world, and the quantum world speak two different languages. Now they can, so they don't understand each other, but you can take the quantum information, which is where your meaning is. Your meaning is in a quantum state. It's not in a classical state. In a classical state, you have measurements. You have measurements. You can measure anything. The length, width, temperature, anything you can think of, you can measure. Now, let me get a little sip of water here. What do I mean by that? Quanta. The quality of your life is determined by the meaning, not by the measurement. You can't measure love or color. You can get the frequency, but the quality and the meaning of the color for you is unavailable in the classical world. So you take this construction here. Oh, by the way, between the two, between the classical and the quantum, you have to interpret the quantum field into classical symbols and language so that you have some way of communicating. So that's how you get, you say, oh, I know the meaning. I measured it. It's 300 micrometers. I know what that means. That don't mean nothing. It's just a measurement. The quality and the meaning of what you are measuring comes from over here, not from the classical. See, that's the difference. Now, over here, then, you take that and you lay it on here. Now, so I'm going to take this off here because I don't want to get you confused. This is still classical, I mean quantum out here, and its differences between the fields that you are picking up. Now, this unique moment that I just erased has created over here creation through the belief system of the senses. So now you have created a world inside of you. Whatever mechanism this is that you're thinking about inside. And you are laying that right here. Okay? It is based upon those quantum fields. In the moment, it's just energy. And you take that energy, your creation, and you lay it right on top, and it will line up with this exactly. Now, I keep saying in the moment because the moment changes. So you have created that, put it here, and it matches exactly right here. Now, you move your senses. You move your eyes, you listen differently, you smell different things. Your senses move. A sound comes in from over here, and you direct your senses to that information, which comes through this process. So you have moved the into a different area of the quantum fields. So now you are looking at I shouldn't have done it that way. Let's see if I can do it another way. You're looking at a different interaction of the quantum fields. That's the point I'm trying to make. You are looking at the interface of a different field as it passes through each other. Okay? Okay, so here again, here's the differences. These are differences. This is what your eyes are picking up. Okay? So your eyes are picking up something different, and you're going through the same process with this information, and you are creating another meaning in another world. And you project it on top of here, it's the same thing. You'll line up perfectly. Here's the question. What happened to your first world that you created? What happened to it as you change your senses to another location? It's gone. That world is gone. It was your creation. It was based upon a moment when the field was a certain way. And then you created over here. And then you laid it on top and it matched perfectly. Where is it now? It's just energy. It's just within the fields in another location. Oh, how interesting. And now I have a different rendering from a different location over here. And here it is here. And the first one, gone. Why? There's nothing out here but energy. You create the world. You're the creator. Now you've changed. You've changed what you're looking at or what you're seeing for your location. You're going to see a different world. What happened to the first world? It was always energy. It was nothing but energy. You created that world out of pure energy that matched your belief system. So when you look, direct your eyes at a certain location, you'll see it. You'll see your interpretation of that particular unique energy system. And it will make meaning. Why? You put the meaning on everything. Now let's look at another lesson in the course. And here's what the next lesson is. Lesson 3. I do not understand anything I see in this room. I do not understand. But you believe you do because of your belief system. Now let me tell you how, and you can look it up in the reference. I do not understand anything I see in this room, on this street, from this window, in this place. It's raw data. You manipulate the raw data to satisfy your programming and belief system. You create the meaning and the world in here for you. You project it onto the energy field here. And it is going to be here, your projection, because of this loop. This is a loop. Input, output, creation, and projection. Input, output, creation, and projection. Then you change your location, different input. Well, what happened to your creation? Your first one. It's just energy to begin with. It is just your interpretation of the energy based upon your belief system. And when you change the location, your creation disappears. When you look, your senses, you'll see it. Don't look, move your senses to another location, and it's gone. And it's gone. Why? It's only energy. And when you look this way, you'll see it. If you change your location, what you created here goes away, and it goes away very slowly. Picture movement very slowly, and then you get a new world. But as you do, it's kind of smeared together here. And so when you stop here, say, oh, I see another world. And they're all connected, like a moving picture. But they're not. It's all just energy. That's the illusion. Now, let me give you another idea. Now, in the springtime, and it's springtime here, it's April here in Michigan, lower Michigan. Weather's getting a little better. We have rain. April showers bring Mayflowers. Now, if you after a rain, if you look in a certain direction, you'll see a rainbow. You look, there's moisture in the air, where the sun is, how low it is set in the sky, and how much moisture is in the air, a rainbow will appear. Move your eyes a little bit, rainbow's gone. Look back in that direction, well, there's a rainbow. Now here's the point. Your first model, your first creation, if you look back in that direction and the energy field hasn't moved and you get the same interface, you get the same picture. You'll get the same world. And you'll say, oh, it's out here. No, there's nothing here but energy. It's your creation. And I have a creation. It won't be the same. We will believe it because we can talk about it if we have similar programming, similar belief system, similar experiences, similar education program, similar language, similar, let me take care of that. At the moon, that makes that creation, that makes that rainbow. When you're not looking in that direction, it's only energy. So what's outside of you is only energy. But for all the world, you won't believe it because of your programming. And so this is why I'm talking about it, to support you in beginning to see things a little bit differently and begin to unravel the mystery of your mind and the illusion. Because when you start dissolving the illusion, it's amazing what you'll find. Be good to yourself. And we'll look forward to seeing you again next time, right here in the illusion. Bye now.